Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Pooya and Liana Lounge for episode number 15. Hope you are doing well, because we are doing amazingly. I am one half of your host, Pooya and Liana.
I'm Liana.
And welcome to the lounge.
Yes, welcome to the lounge. I'm going to be straight up with everybody. I'm very tired, if that's not evident. So, I don't know how today is going to go, but you know what? We're going to give it the good old college try. Is that a saying? Do they have that? Do you know that saying?
Yeah.
Giving it the old college try, which I feel like a lot of people didn't really try that hard in college. So I feel like maybe it shouldn't be the college try.
So the thing is, I can say that because I am one of those people.
Yeah.
You can't say that because it comes off like, oh, you peasants. Like the lesser than that I went to college with, you can't do it because
Wait, what? Why?
You achieved overly.
Yeah, but I could have achieved more.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, anyway,
How much
whatever.
more could you have achieved?
I could have had a higher GPA, I'm sure. I could have gone to more classes.
That would have brought you exactly where you are anyway, which is you have a PhD. So like...
At a certain point, yeah, sure. Like right now, at a certain stage in your career, right, you start to just phase out those things that like it doesn't matter anymore. Like it's so funny, on some job applications, they would ask, what was your GPA in college? I was like, I don't know. I don't remember. I'm 34 years old. Why does that matter at this point? That was like over 10 years ago. But anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, whatever. That's not the point. The point is that I'm here and I'm going to do my absolute best.
Cool.
You're welcome.
All right. So last week we broke the news that we are moving.
Yes.
Updates on the move-in. We are currently in a interesting situation. We have gotten our movers sorted. We are gradually packing.
Mm-hmm.
That's all good. We've given notice to the apartment that we're leaving, when we're leaving, so they can do their final inspection. Hopefully we get that security deposit back.
Yes, because it was a lot. I'd love that deposit back. Because it was a brand new building, or not a brand new building, but they had like just renovated the building. So the security deposit was like 1.5 or 2 months rent.
It was a fat one.
I would very much appreciate that money back.
And we're currently waiting to find out if we can get the place we want. So that's the fun bit. Also, I'm not going to miss all this revving that's happening outside right now.
So there's one place that we really want. It's a house. It's in the burbs. We're going to be a burb boy. Burb boy. Anyway, so
burb,
hopefully.
Baby, burb.
Burb, baby, burb. Suburb Inferno. That's going to be your new theme song.
I hope not. I don't want Suburb Inferno.
No, hopefully no fires.
Yeah.
No fires. So we're waiting. Currently, I'm waiting on my dad's cousin, a.k.a. my... First cousin once removed. Yes, thank you very much. Who is currently viewing the unit. So hopefully everything goes well, because if the viewing goes well, then we'll finalize our application, and then hopefully that can be the place that we get. But I've seen a lot of really other great places as well. So if this one doesn't pan out, we've got some other options. But it is still like a moment of limbo, and I think that to me is just there's something unsettling about it.
I hate purgatory. And this is where we are right now.
I mean, we have secured movers and all of that is done. We've decided the dates, those kinds of things. We just need a place for them to take our stuff.
Yes. Yeah. And I think that it's a bit stressy because I think genuinely we could have gotten a lot of the other options we're looking at already, but we really like this place. So we're hoping we can lock this one down.
Yeah.
And then we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, we decided to take the risk and see if we could get this place. And if we do, fantastic. If not, then we'll be scrambling like eggs to try to figure out
what we're
gonna do.
We'll be fine.
Yeah, we'll be fine. There's a lot of places that are available now. Or like I just had one viewing last Friday that they were like, well, we need to do a little bit of repairs and stuff, but by the 27th, 28th, like it'll be fine.
Absolute worst case scenario.
Yeah.
And it will be the more inconvenient route. We can find, if we end up not finding a place, we can find a place that opens up May 1st. Absolute worst case scenario.
Yeah, we just got to figure out, we just have to pay extra for them to store our stuff, but we'll figure it out.
That's if they deliver it.
Yeah.
We
Anyway, the point is,
yeah.
Yes, there are things that are up in the air, but we're going to be fine. Everything's fine. We're fine. I'm so chill about it, so it's cool.
One of us is.
Yeah, I'm not stressed or worried.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Well,
right?
besides that, what else is new with you?
Well, we had my going away party on Friday.
You did, yeah. I did not attend.
Yeah, my friends threw a party for me. Technically, it wasn't actually for me. It was for one of our other coworker friends who was graduating and finishing her PhD, and then I'm actually leaving first, so I sort of co-opted the party, and it was really sweet. I'll put up a picture of the cake that which is so funny because Helen. Okay, so. Yeah, I'll blur the. Okay, whatever. The coworker, she was the one who actually got the cake commissioned, and so, but it's her party, and it's got her name on it, but also my name. So the whole thing
she
was
got
weird.
the cake.
Yeah,
That's weird.
Helen got the cake made. But that was really, really fun. One of our friends who came in from Montreal, and then actually another one of our friends from France was there, who ended up here randomly for a conference. So then he came.
That kind of worked out.
It was actually very reminiscent of sort of like pre-COVID
early
hangout times.
Because your team did start changing a bunch around that.
I feel like the first 2 years were pretty solid, and then COVID happened, and then a diaspora occurred where everybody just went.
What's diaspora?
Diaspora. It typically refers to like an ethnic group that ends up spreading out over a bunch of different locations. So like, for example, during the Iranian Revolution, when a bunch of Iranians left and they went to different locations, that would be an example of that.
Diaspora.
Yeah, I think I'm using that correctly. Now I want to check.
Yeah. Sometimes you live by the aspera. Sometimes you die by the aspera. Diaspora.
Diaspora, am I right?
Okay. Well... That's fun.
A group of people living outside their traditional homeland.
Okay.
While often retaining connection to their culture, heritage, or origin.
Me.
That's you. Yeah.
Diaspora.
That's right. Diaspora daddy.
Why?
I don't know. It just makes me laugh.
Okay.
And I know it bothers you.
So you
so that happened on Saturday. Yeah, I had a lot of fun.
Okay, good.
And then I was a little bit out of commission on Sunday.
Little bit hungover.
Yeah, a little bit hungover. It was totally worth it. It was so fun. We played a bunch of games, and I got to burn things, and that was really great. Like, I brought a bunch of my old work papers I didn't need anymore. I got to burn those. So that was really wonderful. It was just nice. It felt like the perfect going away celebration that I could have asked for. So now that sort of emotional piece feels more complete. So now we're back to the logistics. And it was actually so funny. So I got an email today from my new company saying, here's your email login, like, happy first day. But the HR person just got the date wrong. And I was panicking because I was like, oh my God, wait. Am I off by a week? Am I starting in person on the 21st? No. Then she sent a follow-up email. Oh, my bad. Mea culpa. Save this for next week. So we're okay. We're all fine. Everything's fine.
That's what we were worried about, was that we weren't okay. So I'm happy you cleared that
Yes,
out.
I'm clarifying for everybody involved.
Yeah.
All right, those are my updates.
Yeah.
What's up with you?
What's up with you? I'm good.
I'm good.
Yeah. Well, it's like I'm still like, I think for me, I'm excited about the move, but I'm kind of ready for it to just happen.
Right.
Like, I despise, we mentioned at the top, the purgatory thing. I've hated it all my life with anything. Like, and to be clear, like, if I'm at a doctor's office, that's not purgatory. Waiting for test results to come back, that's purgatory. I don't like it. I just need to know because it'll put my mind at ease. And right now, I'm in this weird middle where, like, if I stream or podcast from that room, it still looks like I haven't started. At some point, it's going to look like it started. And I already kind of still feel like, all right, well, this is temporary. I'm ready for it to be permanent again. So
I think probably what's going to kick it into gear for me is once we have the place secured, because then once that's done, that's all logistics complete, right? Except for, I think there's like a few other things that are on your to-do list to do.
I have to cancel our internet.
Yeah, exactly. So stuff like that. Other than that, otherwise everything else is done.
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of executing.
Yeah. So for me, I also think about because like when you move into a place, especially if you're doing like use a moving company, you're not going to get your stuff necessarily the day of.
Right.
So I also had this realization yesterday that, we get there, we start our life Sunday, you go to work Monday, I have podcasts and stuff to do. Where am I? We don't have furniture in this house. Where am I sitting?
Yeah.
What am I doing?
Yeah.
So,
well, I mean, that's the thing. Like, if you can go pick something up if you need, right? While I'm at work or stuff like that. Right. Like,
you have the car.
No, I know, but you could drop me off at work and then go take the car and go do stuff.
I have to wake up at 7 a.m.?
No, not 7 a.m. I don't want to get there too early because then I'm going to be by myself.
I forgot about this. It's your first day.
It's my first day. So
you don't want to look too keen.
No, it's not that I don't want to look too keen. I'm quite keen and I don't mind being perceived as keen. What I don't want to do is show up and no one's there and I just have to like wait outside the building. Because if they normally start at 9 a.m. So I'm an 8 a.m. girly. Like I like to start my day.
Yes.
7:30, 8 a.m. Just because it's like quieter and there's less people around and it's nice to just have, oh my God. Ugh. No.
What?
Okay, that actually is going to sound horrible, but it's my cousin Carl. I thought it was Martha. But
wow.
Carl is giving us...
Carl. Ew, yuck.
No, he connected me with their friends who live in Minneapolis, and so that's great. Okay, great.
Well, we're getting into that. We're making Nepo friends.
We're making a ton of friends, actually, if you think about it. Because we have all the family. Then I have recommendations from people. My other cousin, Daniel, he reached out and was like, hey, here's some information about Like, we're going to be...
Were you worried?
No. I wasn't worried. But to me, it just goes from not even considering living somewhere to then all of a sudden having like family and friends in the right... yeah, exactly. Having a network in the right location. Okay, anyway, what was I talking about? I don't remember. Whatever. It's not important then, probably. I'm a 7 a.m. I'm a 7:30, 8 a.m.
Because it's
girly
quiet
in terms
and
of
like
start. Oh.
All right.
Okay, I don't remember where we cut off, but a bunch of stuff happened, and we have successfully submitted our application for the place.
Now we wait.
So now we just wait,
yeah.
And hopefully we'll find out more in the next couple days.
Yeah, we'll see where it lands.
Okay.
Hopefully in the right spot.
So, okay, that's done.
But yeah.
Anything else?
No, just excited to see where we go. Oh yeah. I remember what we were talking about now. It was us moving into the place and me like not having any furniture out the gate.
Yeah.
Having 0 items, which
yes.
I had not clocked or thought about until yesterday. So.
Yes. Yeah. So you can get maybe like a temporary chair. What about like the bar? So depending on the place we get, like there could be some chairs we might need to buy.
Yeah, we might have to buy if we have like the high top kitchen island thing. We might be able to have to get bar chairs. Which
exactly.
Just that would be enough to at least sit there.
Yeah, just have a place to sit because otherwise we're gonna have an inflatable mattress and that's about it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have to lay on the ground all day, take all my podcasts laying down.
No, but I mean, there's a coffee shop that's like a 12-minute walk away, so you can go to a coffee. I mean, obviously not to record a podcast, but if you need to like do work or like watch an episode or something like that and have a chair. We could also we have folding chairs, so we could take some folding chairs with us. If
the thing is, I don't want to waste, like we don't have a lot of real estate in the car.
Yeah.
So we need to be very precious with what we take with us and what we just give to the truck.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll see.
Okay. We'll get you, okay, how about inflatable furniture? When you were growing up, was inflatable furniture a thing in Dubai?
This has come up on this podcast before.
Okay, that could be a really great option. We'll get you an inflatable chair.
No, I don't want a chair that I'm sinking into and I can't get out of.
You don't sink into it. It's literally, you'll stick to it because it's plastic. But other than that, you'll be okay.
We're getting like a jumbo XL beanbag chair. That's what we're getting.
Is that what you want?
Yeah.
What about one of those? I've always wanted those, what are they called? Like, not bucket chairs, but like, you know the chair, it's got a...
Yes. It's got a little,
the one I almost fell out of at the Podiums?
Yeah.
Yeah, those. Yeah, one of those.
Yeah. It kind of looks like it's like putting a golf ball on the little like tip thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm getting texts from the place.
Okay, well, we're in the middle
of a podcast. I know, but I'm sorry because they're like, we'll send you an application link for you to review, but I'm like, I've already filled out the application.
Yeah, you're talking to an automated person right now.
Oh, okay.
Probably.
Oh, all right. A lot is happening, but outside of all the move stuff, how was the rest of your week?
I mean, it's fine. Like I said, the purgatory stuff, the packing stuff, like that's like taking a lot of my mental. I've also done a lot of research into our move and like the surrounding locations.
You mean falling asleep watching a video tour of the town we might live in?
Yeah, that happened last night actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's like I'm like at the end of stuff I've looked up. Like I've looked up everything. So I'm like ready.
Yeah.
And the sooner we're done, the better.
Yeah.
It's like weird because I feel like there's two high pressure things happening, but one won't start until the other ends. So it's like right now the high pressure is pack, get ready, move, get the logistics sorted for that. And then once we're driving there, it's like, oh, new adventure. The minute we get keys to the new place, it's happening all over again, just on the other end of it. Now we got to unpack, get this set up, get that set up, get everything situated. So it's going to be a busy one, but I'm trying to be okay and get through it.
Okay, so while moving is annoying, moving into a new place, though, is always so exciting because this is like the opportunity for you to establish new habits, to like clean everything, purge stuff you don't want. It feels very just like a cleanse, like it just feels so cleansing, and I love that.
Until you have to open boxes and put stuff back.
No, but that's what I'm saying, and that feels cleansing. Like that is what feels cleansing to me, is like getting to organize a new space and figuring out where you're gonna put stuff and all of that. I love that. I don't like the closing things out and like packing stuff, but once you're in the new place with the stuff you've already purged, like you've already gotten rid of all the other stuff, then you're just like, oh yes, okay, I get to put together the new location.
Yeah. Oh God, I have to oh God. Yeah, I'm gonna put my desk back up.
Yeah, it's fun.
We'll figure it out. We'll see.
Yeah, it's fun. I like it.
But yeah, aside from that, been talking Australian Survivor. That's wrapped up. Actually, the finale happened. Well, I'm recording tonight. This is, again, our recording schedule is all over the place with the lounge, but you're going to get this on Thursday. We are currently on Monday and just watched the finale. Good season. Also, I watched a new show called Got to Get Out on Hulu.
Okay.
That was fun. It was a good time.
What's it about?
So Got to Get Out is a reality TV show on Hulu where it's a half cast of reality TV people. This is the one with Omarosa, Spencer Pratt.
Yeah. Okay.
And then the other half is civilians. And they're in this like big mansion. The mansion has like 9 exits that are locked digitally. And periodically there's like a little ticker information thing that dishes out exit strategies at random to people. So like Omarosa will get an exit strategy that's like, all right, at $230,000, the blue bathroom will unlock. So, and the money, basically they have no sense of time in there.
Okay.
There's a big screen with the amount of money and it's counting up to 1 million. And at the end of the 10 days, it'll hit 1 million.
Okay.
And the end of the show, the money gets divided by everyone inside the house.
Okay.
So what happens is, as you got exit strategies at 100K, you're getting exit strategies at 200K. And if you successfully leave and you work with somebody to leave, you can choose to split the money with that person.
Okay, so people could leave together if they choose to do that. Okay,
yes.
Gotcha.
And then at that, if they successfully escape, the money goes back to 0 and starts counting up again for the remainder of that million. So people are guaranteed money just being in this show.
Okay. Yeah, but what if someone leaves right at the end and then takes all the money and then
they
there's no
take
money
all
left?
the money and then nobody gets money.
Okay, so you could leave the show with no money.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's just the idea that if we all choose to amicably live together for 10 days,
we each get $1 million.
No, what?
What's the final prize money?
It's 1 million divided by 20.
Oh, 20. Oh, why did I think there was only 10?
I don't know. Yeah, 50,000 a pop.
I would cut out so fast. I would guarantee myself, like, if I could get $50,000, I'm out.
Then you'd want to play defense is all you got to do. Just prevent anybody from stealing the money.
No, but like if you have the exit strategy, when you exit, don't you get to take the money with you that's accrued?
You get to take whatever's on the screen, basically.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So if your exit strategy is at 240,000,
yeah.
If you successfully escape, you will get 240,000.
Yeah.
Then it goes down to 0.
I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna escape.
Good luck. Watch
I'm gonna dig a tunnel.
See, it's hard because I know you've not watched it. A lot of people haven't watched it, so I can't tell you what happens.
Yeah, no, don't spoil me. But was it fun?
Yeah, it was a good time.
The format was interesting.
It was interesting. I feel like the editing style was a little more House of Villains, a little goofier.
Okay, sure.
Which I thought was fun. The show doesn't take itself absolutely serious, which I think is necessary.
Though. I mean, if you have Spencer Pratt, you can't take it seriously.
But it was very fun. I enjoyed myself. That and $1 Million Secret on Netflix were both banger shows. I'm really happy to see this new age of reality TV shows. They're showing they got like they got new tricks. It's not just the same old format being regurgitated, which I'm very happy about.
Yeah, I think, I mean, that's the thing with House of Villains and the Traitors. I mean, obviously, of this sort of new resurgence of reality TV. And I think it also goes with what's happening on Netflix with the mole, them like rehashing the mole and those kinds of things where, all right, it's almost like reality TV is now back. It's back, baby.
It was always back, but it's becoming sexy again. Where,
it's becoming cool again.
Yeah, where like you actively have like the whole thing with Traitors is that obviously we're watching it as like the diehards, but then like the casuals took to it, like just TikTok takes over and like everyone's like into this.
I think on top of that, streaming services have realized how cheap it is to make reality TV shows.
They're getting involved. Yep.
They're like, oh yeah, we should have been doing this the whole time.
I think the combination of what Peacock did with the Traitors as their original and like them bringing it to the States, but then also them taking over Love Island and making that big again.
Yeah.
I think those two have really put reality TV back on the map, which is what now you're seeing Hulu, start to get a couple more. Netflix has a new show coming out called Battle Camp, which is essentially their version of The Challenge with Netflix reality TV people.
Okay.
So you got that going on. Obviously CBS still has their shows going. So yeah.
I mean, we talked about this on the B&B this past week, but the fact that Survivor's at 48 seasons and is about to film their 49th and 50th, that's a lot of seasons.
Yeah.
I think it just goes to show that there's so much beauty in games like that. And that's what makes me, it's what intrigues me about seeing new game formats, because I'm curious as to how those hold up. Because I think Survivor is sort of considered to be probably like the pinnacle of reality TV game design. Although some people, myself included, kind of prefer the Big Brother format. But between the two of them,
I think the beauty of it for me is the more shows there are, the less I care about other shows having a different format. Like the amount of criticism that the Traitors gets for not having a mole-like element where you can figure people out. Yeah. I'm like, hey, then watch The Mole.
Yes, exactly.
Or like $1 Million Secret. They have a format that I would say is a marriage between Claim to Fame and The Mole, which is very interesting. But I'm like, perfect. This is a new show. Because like for me, these are not all the same show, so you can't compare them. You can have preferences as to which one you like more, which I think is fair. But the beauty is there's so much now. You can pick and choose which ones you like.
Yeah.
The Genius is coming back on with the UK season.
Oh my
so I'm
gosh.
very pumped about that.
That also, I think the other cool thing, and this is because we watch other like international versions of shows, but to see different cultures play different shows with the same format is also so interesting. So The Circle for me is kind of like a prime one, watching the UK versus US versions and just how different those are.
Oh God, I think it's also the way they format, like they market it to the contestants. Like for a long time, Circle US had become like a blind dating show. And I was like, this is why. Also, another show that's coming, cast officially dropped now, is Survivor Australia versus the World.
From the moment I heard these rumors, I was so thrilled. I understand it's a mini season, it's only 14 days or whatever, but who cares? The cast is fantastic, like absolutely fantastic. Janine and Sarah for AU, I'm so thrilled about. Kirby, obviously. The fact that Rob is playing from Survivor South Africa, Lisa, of course, from New Zealand. There's just it's also, again, and that's the moment of reality TV that we're living in, where it's your fantasy, your fan fiction.
This is
that
what's
you've
happening
written
now.
Is now actually happening.
This is like people doing the early days of Brand Steel.
Yes.
Like, this is that energy.
That's again,
the Traitors is doing this with their casting as well, I feel like. And it's funny because for the longest time you'd see people like after Celebrity Big Brother US, like my dream cast for Celebrity Big Brother 2, and it's like, come on, this ain't ever gonna happen. And obviously with celebrities it's a bit different, but I think the fan casting of the All-Star seasons we're seeing are becoming more and more likely because there's so many more shows that they could go on now.
Yeah. Well, and the reality stars still want attention, so they're like, willing to go on
What are you going to say
TV.
no to the opportunity to win more money? Yeah. Why not?
Do you know if Parv and David recorded the AU season first and then did Dondi, or vice versa?
Dondi first.
Dondi first.
They're going to come in.
That's really interesting.
They're going to come and having a connection. Yeah.
Okay. If they can survive that long.
If they can both make it to their equivalent of their merge.
That's the thing that I'm actually the saddest about, because I'm currently living in this fantasy world where they're all still playing, right? And then I'm going to watch the first episode and one of them's going to go home and I'm going to be really, really sad.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Like, it's already done. It's already done.
No. I mean, obviously I know that they filmed it, but I don't know. Like, I haven't seen, I don't know the results or anything. So for me, again, it's just when I get to watch it.
Yeah, that's
people go home and
ever since Game Changers really helped me, because it's like you're just the worst case could absolutely happen where all your favorites go, winners at war, even to a degree, depending on who you were rooting for.
Yeah,
it's just the sad reality of having all-star seasons like this.
At least Winners at War had Edge of Extinction, or whatever, that island that they lived on.
Been the Edge of Extinction.
Yeah, but we got some more funny Tyson moments, so I appreciated that.
Yeah, it was nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like with the traders, maybe I'm getting desensitized, but I'm just also like with the traders losing all the faves or all the people I know. I'm like, okay, there's more people to meet. That's fine.
Well, I think that's the benefit of an all-star season too, right? Is the fact that, or not an all-star season, but a pre-vetted cast season, is that all of these people hopefully excelled in their OG version of whatever show it was.
Yeah.
So you know that you're going to get some entertaining people. And of course, maybe there's still some flops, or the editing like just doesn't pan out for that particular person, where they just don't get the best part of them shown.
Right.
But everybody's a banger.
Is that what they say? Everybody's a banger?
That's what they say. Yeah. Everybody's a banger.
Yeah. So I'm excited. It's going to be fun.
Well, that's the other thing, because I'm excited for the AU versus the world. The two people I don't know, there's the Quebecois woman, and then there's the Finnish guy, right? But like, they seem to be superstars in their own right, in their own version.
Well, I don't know. I don't know that to be a fact.
New people.
For all we know, they took like the who? From that cast.
I do know where they finished, because I did read an article about them.
Okay, there you go.
So I know that they at least seemingly did make an impact on their season. They're not like first boots or anything like that.
Okay.
Spoiler alert, sorry.
Cool. Yeah, we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
All right. So a couple episodes ago, we talked about Hinge profiles and doing Hinge prompts to see how that'll be.
By the way, I've started getting a ton of ads for Hinge now. So
what are you looking up? What are you Googling?
It just comes to me. Look, I get their personalized targeted ads, but still, I don't think I'm doing anything specific. I'm on Chinese manufacturing TikTok right now.
Yeah, I think that's everybody. I think we're all on that same one.
Hooray!
All right, so I found a Reddit post that has a bunch of the prompts. Like, this person tier listed them.
Okay.
I'm not going to care about the tier list, but I'm like,
yeah, let's just go through the prompts.
We're just looking for the prompts to try and like see what you would fill out your prompts to be like.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so this is when Pooya and I go on the dating apps. We'll be prepared.
Yeah. We're not going on the dating apps. Are you planning on going on the dating apps?
No, that sounds exhausting. Having to talk to people? Oh.
Yeah, I'm just so happy for all these friends your families are going to introduce us to.
Yeah, well, friends.
Yeah, that you don't want to talk to because it's exhausting.
No. Well, yeah, no.
Okay. Would you like to get into this?
Yes, I would like to hear a prompt, please.
How would you go about answering this one? Okay. You should not go out with me if...
You don't have a sense of humor. Oh, no, that sounds horrible. Wait. Yep. Okay, so... That was my gut response. Now, immediately, as soon as I hear that, I'm like, that person's a red flag. Like, I would think me is a red flag if that was my answer. Because to me, what does that answer communicate? It communicates that, like, oh, you're all woke now because comedy. That's how I would, if someone wrote that, that's how I would interpret it. Like, you shouldn't go out with me if you don't have a sense of humor.
They're gonna make jokes that are like a little icky, and they're gonna,
or they think that that's who I am.
They're basically calling you a snowflake.
No, I think the opposite. That
you're okay.
That I'm saying that I'm like, why can't I make fun of gay people anymore?
Okay. So you went with that's my prompt to, oh, that's not my prompt.
I immediately roll it back.
Yeah.
I immediately take it back because I'm thinking there's okay, this is what I would write. And then if I was carefully curating how I believe I would be perceived.
So if you want to say that, you could say it like, you should not go out with me if you don't make me laugh.
Yes, exactly. I think that's a way to say essentially the same thing, but make it not come across. And maybe this is just my own perception of if I were on a dating app, how I would read that. But that's what I would read. If you had that, don't date me unless you have a sense of humor, I would be intrigued, but I would be like a little bit piqued in terms of a potential red flag.
You're already doing what everyone does with the dating apps, which is just think 4 dimensions. Because I used to think the same way about filling mine. I'm like, does this look cringe? This feels like cringe.
I want to be cool.
If I can explain it, it sounds good, but am I going to get a chance to?
Exactly.
And so on.
Exactly.
Okay, so what is your final answer?
No, I think that if you can make me laugh.
So you should not go out with me if you can make me laugh.
Oh no, if you can't make me laugh. If you can't make me laugh. But also, to be fair, that's a quite low bar. I laugh at anything. Even just talking and just being normal, I'll just start laughing.
Yeah.
Oh, it just feels so good. Laughter just spikes all those correct receptors in my brain and makes me so happy. That's why I have the deepest smile lines ever, because I'm always like...
Oh, I hate this game.
What would yours be?
I would try and make it funny.
Of course you would.
That's
okay,
my
what's
brand.
your joke? What's your joke? What's the joke?
You should not go out with me if you're allergic to laughter.
Okay, so it's the same thing, just
but
trying
wittier,
to be a joke.
But wittier.
Yeah, trying to be
Because my
wittier.
initial thought was, pick like a pop culture moment that I like. And kind of like be like, you should not go out with me if you don't think this was a very funny thing.
Or if you don't like reality TV. Or if you judge people who watch reality TV. Because I think that there's a lot of misconceptions about people who watch reality TV. But as my friend, professor of psychology would tell you, that reality TV is a very fascinating medium and you can learn a lot from reality TV.
It's true. This is true.
I think smart people watch reality TV and we're fighting those allegations.
We're not keeping score on this, right? This isn't like
I don't think this is a competition.
Yeah, okay, good.
Wait, why is this a competition? How would we even score this?
The audience would tell us. But I don't want to play that game.
No. It's not a game. It's not a game.
Yeah.
We're giving what our answers would be. Also, because if I thought about it more, maybe I would have a different answer, but I'm just giving my gut. Like, that's my initial reaction.
Most spontaneous thing I've done.
I can't say that on camera. Oh, maybe that's my answer.
I can't say that on camera?
DM me to find out or something like that.
Ew.
What? Why? What's the most spontaneous?
Ooh, I'm gatekeeping.
One time I spontaneously left work early and I went to the beach, but that's because I was kind of like freaking out mentally and I needed to like be in nature.
I remember this because you came home and you're
and
like,
I was like,
we're going to the beach. I was like, no.
I need you to come to the beach with me. And you didn't want to go to the beach with me. And I was like, no, I need you to come to the beach with me. And you were like, no. And then I got upset and then I went to the beach anyway because I was already having like a mental breakdown.
Yeah.
I was like, I need you to support me.
You brought me from that beach.
Yeah, it was nice. I just sat on the beach for a little bit.
Okay, so most spontaneous thing you've done, you can't say on camera.
Well, no. I mean, I think maybe that would be my answer.
Bleep it out, because I want to know.
You already know this.
I do?
Yeah. Okay. We're back.
Okay, well, what's your second most spontaneous thing?
That's what I'm saying, going to the beach.
That is a big jump from the first one to the second one.
I don't know. What have I done? I don't do things spontaneously.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
I'm not a spontaneous girly. It's not in my DNA. I'm a planner. I need to know where I'm going. I need to check Street View to see if there's parking. I'm sure I did more spontaneous things when I was younger.
I think my most spontaneous thing would be I guess this ain't that spontaneous because it happened. Okay, let me explain.
Yeah.
So I bought tickets to go see Childish Gambino in my first year of university in Montreal.
Yeah.
I lived in Ottawa.
Okay.
Also, I have no idea where anything is. And so...
Like in general, or you mean in that exact moment?
Just generally in that moment,
okay.
I knew nothing. Outside of like the Carleton campus and like the surrounding areas, I knew nothing.
Because you just moved there.
Yeah. But then, so I was going to go with a friend, which helped because my friend would at least know the way around, or like I'm with somebody. On a whim, I bought the tickets. Donald Glover breaks his foot and has to cancel that leg of the tour. And then this tour got rescheduled for like September or August that fall, like later in the year. And so I then went to Montreal, went to the concert, went back to the bus station, came back home all within like an 8-hour span. And I felt like I had done the hugest thing in the world. In hindsight,
that's big for you though. I mean, because you're not that kind of person that would like do that kind of stuff.
Back then. Now I could.
Yeah, I think now you would have more confidence to do it, but you still, I think, you have hesitation in doing things that are outside of your little comfort zone.
I literally do not do that. I think of all the traveling I've done alone from here to like Chicago or to anywhere else.
Yeah, I think that you're capable of doing it. I didn't say that you're not capable.
You just give me it.
Because I know, because okay, fine. Because I know the behind the scenes of like, I'm scared. And then you're like, I miss you and I don't want to go by myself. You sure you don't want to come with me? We can go together. I get to see all of that side of things. Okay. So Mr. Brave Boy.
So first of all, we're lying on the podcast is what we're going to do.
No.
Okay. Well, I'm going to, y'all don't know this, but the way we edit this show now is Liana does about like the first half and then I do the second half. I'm going to add and post the story of her most spontaneous one for you so you'll know exactly what it is.
Please don't.
No, the thing is, like, I think the whole, like, I miss you should want to go, yeah, that's because I miss you. You do the same goddamn thing. Like, I don't want to go. I miss me.
Yeah, but I'm very upfront about the fact that I don't like doing things and going places.
But I'm capable.
Yes, of course. Yeah. And no one said otherwise.
We hinted at it.
We implied.
Oh my God, I cannot wait for the noises to stop. Okay. But see, so that's what I mean. In the time, that felt like the most spontaneous.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't think that was that spontaneous, though.
It's pretty spontaneous.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't do a lot of like, ooh, just woke up today and decided to do this.
Okay, but I think that that's a good thing for us, right? Because we're trying to find somebody, like if I were to be with someone who is incredibly spontaneous and always just wanted to like go do things out of the blue, that's not a good match for me.
Probably getting my tattoo might be the most spontaneous.
That was pretty spontaneous. Yes. Yeah. That even shocked me.
Yeah.
When you did that. Mm-hmm. I was like, okay, I'm not going to stop him. He's a grown man. He can do whatever he wants.
Listen, and I knew what I was doing.
Yeah.
I knew what I was doing. I have no regrets on that still. Yeah. Actually, sometimes I do.
Hey.
Okay.
Okay. So I think right now we have a pretty lame, both of us have pretty lame Tinder profiles.
Swiping left on us.
Okay. I'd have to put a banger picture, right?
Green flags I look for.
Everything's going to come back to making me laugh. Because here's the thing. There are two things that I am interested in, which I'm sure everybody else is interested in too, right?
Let's speak for ourselves.
No, I look for two things. One is finding somebody who I get along with. And I think that for me, if we can talk for a long period of time and I don't get bored, that is a green flag.
Okay.
So I don't know how to write that in like a Tinder prompt kind of thing.
So think of it this way. This is... okay, so maybe I think it depends on the person. I think everyone can fill this out however they want.
Okay.
For me, I remember being similar to where you are, where I was like, I have to like give a detail, give a proper
context.
Yeah. But then I stopped doing that because I was like, I think more often than not, you have to picture this as you're at a party and you're striking up a conversation with someone you just met. So you're just, what's your green flag should be something lighthearted, not like, if I can talk to you for 4 hours and not get bored one bit, that would be a huge green flag for me. A lot.
Okay, all right. So I hear you. I hear what you're saying. And I'm hearing the fact that like I'm approaching this as I'm finding a long-term mate.
Which I think for a lot of people is the ultimate goal, but you gotta ease into it.
Okay, so yeah, I mean that's the thing. Maybe at this stage of my life, I would be immediately kind of down to brass tacks. But even when we started talking, obviously there was no intention of anything. There was no intention of a relationship. It was just people getting like friends getting to know each other.
Yeah, I was clearing the most basis of green flags, which was making her laugh.
Yeah, exactly. Made me laugh. You entertained me. Are you not entertained?
What am I, a court jester? Like,
yeah.
You entertained me.
Juggle for me, jester. That's you.
Juggling all the DMs I was doing.
So, were you hitting on other people when we were talking?
No.
You're lying.
I'm not.
You're laughing.
I'm not. That was tongue in cheek on purpose.
Never have I ever wanted to go through your phone, and now I'm very curious. I'm scrolling all the way back. Okay, so fine. So let's make it like party fun levels of green flags. I would say likes animals to me would be a green flag.
That's a good one.
That's a good one, right? Because then you can talk about, oh, I had a dog growing up, or I had a cat growing up, or I have a beta fish or whatever. I don't know.
Willing to try different foods.
Oh, like not a picky eater. Yeah. Okay. I think I would add that. That's a good one too. I like that one. It could be something about, again, okay, well, what are the things I like in life? Okay. I like eating good foods.
Okay. Most people
I
do.
like eating the same foods over and over and over again. So maybe one of my green flags was doesn't get bored going to their favorite restaurant. Is that a fun green flag?
That's a mouthy green flag.
Okay, it's a bit wordy. I'll give you that.
Doesn't get bored going to their favorite restaurant.
I think other green flags would be like health related things for me. I don't know if that's fun. That's probably not fun.
It's bog standard. Like goes to the gym.
Yeah, goes to the gym.
Yeah.
Cares about
their fitness.
Their
health or something.
Fitness.
You have to decide what kind of profile you're filling out.
Okay, does a profile have to have a vibe, like a certain energy to it?
Think of it this way.
Like a brand.
If you're at a party and you're there and you're like people watching, like we like to do.
Okay.
And on one hand, you see someone who's making jokes, laughing, like they're clearly having like a banter with somebody.
Okay.
Look, okay. And then you look over and you have this person who's like, yeah, so then anatomically speaking, and you're like, that's not the so
yeah, but what are they talking? It could be interesting.
At a party, I don't know if that's what you're looking for.
That's my vibe is the thing.
So
I watched a bunch of YouTube videos about like the history of Myanmar.
That's fine.
Okay.
The question I have, I'm building a question for you. The question I'm asking you is, to answer, what are you trying to put out a type of vibe?
Okay.
The answer is yes. You have to decide what kind of vibe you want to put out. You want to put out that one, or you want to put out, because you're capable of doing both. I've seen you do both.
And that's why you wanted to put out like a joke for one of your first prompts, because you're like, I'm a guy, I make you laugh. I
don't want any part of that vibe. No, absolutely not. I mean, I
like to learn. Green flags likes to learn. Is that cool? Am I cool?
Swiping left. Yeah.
What would you see if you saw a prompt, like green flags I look for? What would you swipe right on? Swiping right is the good one, right?
Green flags, not picky, or like the food thing. Chill. Green flags, can enjoy a walk on a random day. I'm in. Willing to give different shows a try, willing to try this or that, like stuff like that. I'm open-ended. I need more open-ended, more specific things I'm not into.
Okay, so like I'm really into this one specific thing. No. It's interesting because you're looking for things that fit you, right?
Well, yeah.
Like you're looking for a green flag. You're like, oh, that sounds like me.
Well, you're looking for stuff that. So if someone's green flag was green flag, goes to the gym daily or goes to the gym routinely, I'd be like, okay, are we here is this like a World's Strongest Man expo, or is this us trying to meet up? Because
gotcha.
I'm not like, I've never found an appeal to like, ooh, let's both go to the gym together. That's
okay.
No,
we can go to Pilates together.
No, the difference is going together when you're already together is different than
looking for a partner to do
that. It's like,
gotcha.
we've gone on 3 dates. You want to go to the gym tomorrow? No.
Yeah. But I think that's like a different different priorities.
Yeah.
Looking for something different. Okay. All right. I don't know if I answered that question, but I'm ready for the next one.
I mean, you did answer it.
Good. Green flag answers questions.
The best way to ask me out by blank.
Oh, just ask me. Be direct. Be open. Be an open communicator and be straight up.
That's the thing. This person tiered it in the trash tier because they said it's always just ask. Like
just
other
ask.
People will always say just ask. That's one of the ones that I don't know if you can pick or choose which prompts you want to present. That's one I would not even put on my profile.
Okay, what if you could see again, that's an opportunity I think for you to make a joke and to make it really like fun and funny. So it could be send a carrier pigeon with a puzzle for me to solve. Actually, maybe I'd do that.
Yeah. Maybe.
I like puzzles.
No.
I like puzzles. That'll be in my green flags.
Okay.
Yes.
Best travel story.
Best travel story. How long can these prompts be?
Like how many characters you have?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think the saying goes, keep it simple, keep it short. Because if you leave an intriguing tag, they will ask about it when they message you.
Yeah, like tell me more about that story.
Yeah, versus like, so check it out. And it's like 1,000 words. That's too much.
Yeah, okay, that's too much. Okay, so again, I'm thinking like this is also an opportunity for me to market myself. So I want to put out a vibe that's like, cool. So I'm not going to talk about the time when I went to, so my mom taught art in France over the summer. And I would sometimes get to go as like a kid because I would go along. And one time I cut my knee on a rock in the ocean. And then I had to get like, I probably should have gotten stitches, but I have a scar to this day from cutting my knee on the rock. Okay. That's not a good story, but that's a very vivid memory of mine.
Yeah, I don't know how you market that as like a intrigue.
No, I don't think I would. Yeah. I don't think I have any good travel stories, which is funny because I've traveled to a lot of different places. I've been to 1, 2, 3 continents. That's pretty good for an American, right? I've been to South America. I've been to North America. And I've been to Europe.
Yeah. Then saying that's pretty good for an American. I've only been in the neighboring area. The neighboring continent?
I want to go further.
And the one across the water.
Okay, but it's like, oh yeah, I went to Poland, but it was for a science conference. And I got to like meet some Nobel Prize winners.
That's pretty damn cool.
Is that a good story?
I mean, I don't know.
Okay.
Again, depends. For a scientist, probably, oh my God. Yes. For like an average Joe, they're like, oh, that's pretty sick.
Okay, what if your answer for a travel story was, I don't have any yet, but I'm excited to make one with you? Is that cute? Do we like that?
You're opening the DMs to that.
Yeah, like where do you want to go? Like, oh, I don't have any good travel stories. Let's make one together or something like that. Is that cute? Yeah. Is that smart? I like that. I think that's really smart. We're going to write that down.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a huge upgrade to everything you said before that, which was...
Okay, well, what's your travel story?
I mean, I could go with the classic of when I was 12, a bird pooped on my head on the ferry to Denmark, and I cried.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
Yeah. Or I think that's a solid one, actually.
The thing is a lot of my funny, like, good travel stories are from when I was a kid. Like, yeah. I remember my, again, when I was in France with my mom, and I had... really good, I've got really good spatial awareness skills. So I led all of the adults through the Louvre as we went and visited, and I got everybody out because the maps were too confusing. So I was the travel guide.
Unusual skills.
I want you to answer for me.
You answer for me, I answer for you?
Okay, yeah. Okay. What's my unusual skill?
Your unusual skill is... you are capable of doing a lot of things at the same time. And I don't mean like have like 4 projects going on simultaneously. I mean literally floss your teeth while taking notes and watching Survivor and also still like planning the next day and also keeping an eye on the cats, like that kind of thing.
Not to stereotype, but I think that's just being a woman.
Okay, well, that's pretty... then that's not unusual, then.
No, I'll take it. I do think that I excel at that. I excel at organizing my schedule as well. That's not as sexy.
Sexy.
That's so sexy. Well, like optimizing things and recognizing how long things take and how things can be staggered in order to do multiple things at the same time to take advantage of my downtime.
Yeah.
And uptime, actually. Okay, for you, it's finding Zillow houses. That's your key. So maybe it's search skills. Like, I think if you want to find information on something, you are really, and I thought I was very good at Google searching. You are even better than I am. And I do that for a lot of my job. And you're like, I don't know how you do it, but you just have this really great ability to like curate information when you care about it.
You always have to add the backhanded a little bit, don't you?
Well, no, but I mean, like, I think that's, you don't have to add that as part of your Tinder profile, but as an outside observer, that's what I noticed.
Yeah, that is terrifying for a Hinge profile.
Why?
I can deep Google your life. Like,
no. Obviously,
how do you market that? How do you market that?
You say, you need information on something? I got your back.
That is awful.
Oh, I would appreciate that.
You don't. This is the face you're seeing. Everything has to go with the face. The guy that you want to find out information, what is this, a Taken situation? Like, no, you don't want that. It doesn't match with the face.
Okay, fine. Then what would you pick?
God, I don't know.
What's your special skill?
They call me
Liam Neeson.
They call me Stack City.
Okay, sure. So, that's like that's like the party quote. I think I keep forgetting what the objective is here, and I'm just like very realistic. This is a transferable skill.
You're like going logistics.
Job interview
You're
level.
Literally trying to find someone who you can take home to family tomorrow is the energy you're on.
I need someone who can come in and deliver results today.
Oh, God.
I'm not here to train anybody anymore, okay? I need you to come in and know how to do things.
Yeah.
Okay, so then fine. I guess my fun skills, I can stand on my one foot for a long time. Remember when we did that competition?
Yeah, you didn't last that much longer than me anyway.
Well, I stopped when you were done because
okay.
Yeah, because why would I keep going? We had a podcast to record and we stopped in the middle so we could stand on one foot.
The only way you can prove this to us is if you go on Survivor.
Yeah, okay, fine. Maybe I will.
All right, maybe
I don't want to. I don't want to starve. I want to eat food. I like food.
I like food. I mean, it's not that. It's like 2 weeks.
If I could go on the mini season. It's a mini season.
No, you can go. It's just 2 weeks.
It's 26 days.
Yeah, but for you, it's 2 weeks.
For me, it's because I'm going to be out soon. Yeah. I was surprised you even went with 2 weeks. I feel like you could have gone with a lot less on that one.
Try to guess this about me.
Okay. Oh, that was the prompt. I thought you were going to say your thing. Try to guess this about me. What does that even mean?
I mean, the person says mostly they see people doing ethnicity, but you can do anything. Guess like,
my ethnicity?
What is, no.
White.
Okay.
Guess my height. I think that's what I would do.
That's not a bad
wait,
one.
but don't you put your height in your profile?
I don't know if you have to. I don't know if it's required. I have no idea.
Okay. Oh, you know what? That could be interesting, though. I could use that as a data collection. Because remember how I've talked about I struggle to know how other people perceive me? So I could use this to collect some data to understand what people perceive of me. What? Why are you staring at me like that?
Nothing. You're playing the game wrong. You're playing the game This is supposed to be a fun... Ooh, what will we put on our Hinge? And you've made it this like job interviewee, like serious thing where you're collecting data.
Yeah.
And my green flag is how productive you are and how healthy you are and how organized you are. Like, are you looking for a date or an assistant?
I mean, both would be great.
I'm pretty sure that's a violation of the code.
Okay, fine. I would pick height, maybe favorite color. I think that could be interesting to see people what they would think of me. It could be something about how many siblings do I have? Like a birth order kind of thing. My sign, what's my astrology sign? Or something along those lines. What's a fun, okay, if you were to go, okay, all right, Liana, you're at your going away party and you're meeting somebody new and you're going up to them and you say, hey, wait, what's the prompt again? Say something about me? Guess something about me? What would I want them to guess about me at like a party?
I mean, I feel like...
How many marshmallows can I fit in my mouth? That's fun. And then we can do a competition where we see how many marshmallows we can fit in our mouth.
Do you have a definitive answer to that, by the
No,
way?
I don't know the answer.
Oh, so then when they message you and they guess like 27, you're like, I don't know, I've never done it.
No, I mean, I'll have to do it.
Yeah.
And then I'll say, okay, I bet you that I can have more marshmallows in my mouth than you. And then we both do the marshmallow challenge where we put marshmallows in our mouth. And the big ones too, not the small ones, not the mini marshmallows, the like real marshmallows.
So you fancy the idea that like on your first date with somebody, you've got two people with like mouthful of marshmallows slobbering, like
no,
just
we're not going to do it on our
drooling.
first date. It's going to be like a text thing. It's before we even meet each other, because I need to know how like willing they are to do weird stuff, because
They
I'm
can
a
just
weird
lie
person.
then.
No, I want pictures.
So you do want the drooling and the
No,
weird.
I don't. No, not that.
Then make a decision.
Ugh, okay, fine. Okay, a red flag. I know this isn't a prompt, but a red flag would be they like cottage cheese. I hate cottage cheese.
The red flag is they like a food that I don't like.
That's a big red flag.
That's a red flag.
That's a big
If
red flag.
someone check every one of your little boxes, but they like to eat cottage cheese, they're not even making you eat cottage cheese, that's a red flag.
Fine, you can have cottage cheese, but just don't do it around me. Is that allowed?
That's not a red flag.
Oh, well, it's a red flag for me in my job interview.
Absolutely ridiculous.
Okay, all right, fine. Well, what about you? What would you want people to guess about you?
I like the idea of people through first impression guessing what kind of TV shows I'm into.
Oh, that's a good one. Or
Yeah.
like what your music taste is or something like that. That could be really
that would be
interesting.
great, because then you can, well, not correct them, but you can be like, oh, that's actually, and it also opens up the conversation, because if they're like, for example, if they look at me and they're like, Breaking Bad.
You're so smart at this.
No, I'm not.
Yes, because your questions actually prompt further conversation.
Yeah, that's the point.
Oh.
You're like, it's all about, what you're trying to do
Yes.
is sell yourself as a fun time, right? As somebody who is intriguing. So if they message me and they're like, Breaking Bad.
Okay.
I'm like, huh, interesting. I wonder if it was like, then you respond like, is it the facial hair or whatever? And then like, have you watched it though? Actually, great show, but no, my favorite show is this. And then blah, 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 you're talking. Like, I think that's the thing for me with these prompts is you're trying to have a because think about when we first started talking, it was all just like stuff like that. Just like goofy,
I have no
fun
memory
stuff.
of this. What did we talk about?
So much random shit. Like first of all, we talked about reality TV a lot.
Yeah, that was easy.
Because that was like kind of our hook. But yeah, it was a lot of that. And then through that, we got some in-jokes. We made jokes about, like, I mentioned this on stream a couple weeks ago, where you, famously, your favorite winner was Kim Spradlin. And one day we were doing random back and forth Survivor trivia. And I was like, what was the final three of Survivor One World? And you froze. You did not have the answer.
Who cares? Kim was there. No one else matters.
That's so rude. To
Sabrina and Christina.
Sabrina and?
Christina Cha.
Nope.
Really?
Chelsea Meisner.
Fuck.
See?
Again, who cares?
Rude. But yeah, like it's you're trying to get to know the person without getting to know them yet. Because remember, we are in a comfortable place right now where we can have the deep combos. You can still have those with strangers, but not every stranger is like that. What you can have with every stranger is surface level conversation.
Okay, maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's what I'm looking for, though. Is like I would want to curate somebody who could immediately go deep. Oh.
We've been doing this podcast for close to an hour. I still genuinely do not know what you're trying to put out there onto this profile. I have no idea. Like, if we put all this together, I don't know what kind of.
I've thought about it before, and I never thought about the idea that those. And this is what I started out right at the beginning, right? Which is like, this is my gut answer, and then there's, oh, but that's how that's gonna make me look, kind of thing, right? And the branding part, that's where I think I'm really suffering, because yes, obviously I want to market myself, but I'm also thinking more about finding somebody who's a good fit for me. So I don't really care so much about marketing myself, but I know I should, you know what I'm saying? Because why would I expect someone else to market themselves? I should be marketing myself as well. But I want to be fully transparent in terms of, oh, this is the type of person you're going to get.
Yeah.
So for me, can be very serious and enjoys learning, but also loves stupid stuff and enjoys to be silly. Like, how do you present that dichotomy?
It's tough because I feel like with these, because obviously what happens is you get swiped right? Then you look at and you've probably swiped right on that person. Then you have to go back and look at that profile and be like, what did I swipe right to? Because
boobies. Is that's what people do?
No.
Oh, okay.
Do you just say stuff? And then,
that is how it works.
No, because I feel like you because I think obviously, for example, you and I are capable of having the surface level conversation, not shallow, but like the little conversation, and then the big deeper conversation. But you don't present deeper out the gate.
I see.
You're not supposed to, is kind of the vibe, because a lot of people aren't capable of doing that, but a lot of people are capable of doing the smaller one, or if anything, it's encouraged.
Is this outside of the scope, but can I ask for someone to give me drama in their life? Like, give me some, I want some, like, tea.
Yeah.
Give me some tea.
I'm sure there's a prompt out there that's like, give me your juiciest bit of drama.
Yes, or like your juiciest bit of gossip or something like that.
Yeah, gossip for gossip or something.
Yeah, I would love that.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't want to give up my gossip. I just want to hear their gossip.
Well, that's kind of rude. It's give and take, a relationship.
Yeah, okay. No, I'd be happy to gossip. I enjoy gossiping.
Yeah.
I think it's very cathartic.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Yeah.
We
it
both
makes you
enjoy
feel better.
Gossiping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my green flag.
Right. Are you done with this?
Yeah. Are there any other interesting ones that you like? Or any ones that you specifically want to answer?
I geek out on / I go crazy for.
Yeah, I think that's got it. That would be my reality TV one, I think.
Yeah.
Cozy games, puzzle games, walks in nature.
All right. What I'm learning is you would never swipe right on my profile.
Okay.
And I don't think yours would even show up on my page. So
wait, wouldn't mine show up?
I don't know. I have a feeling that it just won't. The algorithm will be like, nah, they ain't a match.
They're not a match.
Yeah.
That's why I think it's so funny that, and I mean, we're so different as human beings, right? That this ultimately ended up being a thing, because there's no reason on paper. And given the fact that our answers to these Hinge prompts, this should never have happened.
No.
We defied all odds. Against all known laws of aviation, a bee should not be able to fly. From the Bee Movie. Against all known laws of dating, Pooya and Liana should never have been.
Yeah, I mean, I maintain, I think if not for the fact that we met the way we did, I don't think this would have happened.
I agree with that.
Yeah. I mean, aside from the goddamn fact that we would have never met on apps because we lived in a whole different flipping time zones.
Yeah.
But alas.
Time zones, thousands of miles apart.
Yeah, different countries.
I just really expanded my radius. 5,000 miles.
And then you found the gold, the diamond in the rough.
Who, you? Yeah, but I wasn't on the app. Not on the apps.
Not on the apps.
Not on the apps.
Yeah, not on the apps.
Not on the apps.
Yeah.
Just good old-fashioned RHAP. Classic dating app. RHAP. I mean, it's produced a lot of relationships, if we're being honest. Like, RHAP, you know the statistic where it was like the Big Brother has produced more relationships than The Bachelor or whatever?
I think we have more than The Bachelor. I don't think we have more than Big Brother, but we have more than The Bachelor.
I think you also have to normalize, though, to contestant number. And I feel like there's a lot of patrons.
I don't know. I mean, also, I don't know everybody, so I don't know. For all I know, there's more out there.
That's a true statement. We don't know everybody.
Yeah. Anyway, shall we wrap up?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we hope you had fun here. Also, no, we're not done. Thank you so much to everybody who commented their sports lists.
Oh my gosh, yes.
So we got those. A couple people did mention women's soccer, also pretty huge. Women's basketball.
Okay, perfect. Add it to the list.
Team called the Lynx.
Okay, the WNBA.
So we're gonna add more to the list.
Okay.
Because let's be real, we have the opportunity to see many of sports. So
we are going to be more. I'm going to be more proactive about experiencing the city in which I live, because I am really bad at that. My world, I'm so content living in my teeny tiny little world.
Same.
Yeah,
Same.
Exactly.
Which means that,
we're going to be more spontaneous according to our Hinge profiles. And we're going to go and we're going to do things. And we're going to space out those things so we don't get too overwhelmed.
This has the opportunity to be the weirdest and most WTF podcast we've done so far.
Oh, it's all over the place.
I can't even, there was like no order to anything.
Look, we need to give ourselves some grace. We are in a time of transition. We are in a time of chaos. It's okay to sometimes be a little bit all over the place.
All right. So, shall we get into the review? We'll read a review out from this week.
Yes, please.
So, I've got for you from Paul T with 3 E's.
Okay, Paul T.
5 stars. Love it. Been a fan of Pooya and Liana for a few years, and I'm so excited they have a podcast for whatever is on their minds. Liana is so me most of the time, so it's very relatable.
Well, I'd love to see your Tinder profile. maybe we connected. No, I didn't mean it like that. I mean, like, if Liana is me, then with the answers with the profile. Hinge profile. Sorry. That's why you were upset. Because of Hinge.
I'm not upset.
Okay.
What was that?
I don't know. A reassuring tap on the foot. A classic reassuring tap on the foot.
Another
Thank you,
review.
Paul. Ooh, another one. 2?
House wins. 5 stars. Can't get enough. I love these two so much. Been listening since the beginning. Brackets, so you think you can podcast.
Aww.
They are so fun and genuine, and I will always listen to what they have to say. Keep up the great work, and congrats on the new job, Liana, and best of luck on the move.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, those are all so nice. You guys are so nice. Ugh. It just warms my heart because there's so much hate out there in the universe. And it's just nice to have just these warm feelings, and like we feel the love. We send the love. We feel the love. My green flag is we're feeling love. I love. Is that a thing?
If we were to ever separate,
okay,
don't go on the apps. Do your own thing in the public.
I have learned from this podcast, I will crash and burn on the apps. It is not a place for me.
I still think you get more swipes than I would.
Okay, that aside, whether or not that... I'm not saying you're wrong.
Okay, yes, but also...
Yes, I agree with you. In addition to that. No, what I'm saying is that I think while I might get initial swipes, I think I will fail at everything after that.
No, I think what will happen is I think you will not be responsive to a lot of the messages you get. You're about to do hella ghosting.
Because I start to feel quite guilty when I don't reply to things. Like I have a bunch of Instagram messages I need to reply to, but I just like haven't, and it eats
Remember
at me.
2 weeks ago and I was like, oh, Mike Bloom reply?
Yeah.
I'm going to get to podcast with him tonight. I'll be able to apologize for it.
You still didn't reply to...
I forgot. I forgot. It's a lot to... You can forget. We're in a very busy time right now.
We're giving ourselves grace.
We're moving.
Very chaotic.
You'll understand, I'm sure.
No, of course. Well, I think that's the other thing, too, is I think a lot more people are understanding than I think. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Like, give yourself the grace that you would give to others.
Yes.
Okay? But whatever. Anyway, the point is that I don't think that the dating apps are for me. I think that I'm an in-person kind of gal. I'm going to go to a... Where do people...
I mean, we met not in person.
Yeah, that's true. But it was... Okay, yeah, that's a good point.
It goes down but where do
people go to meet people now? Book club.
What was that?
Book club.
Oh, sure. Literally anywhere, Liana. Like, you can meet up at a cafe. You can meet up at a bar.
No, but like, am I going to go to a cafe and look around and be like, who's my target?
No. Terrifying.
No, but I mean, if I'm going with the express
ladies,
purpose,
do you need someone in your life who can do research and look people up? Because
I'm just gonna.
I can definitely find the creepy one at the cafe for you. Who's my next target?
No, but okay, I know that sounded weird, but the idea would be is that I'm gonna go to a place and try to procure a date, right?
I wouldn't use the word procure, but yes.
Okay, fine.
Yeah,
so
you
then
go to a bar.
I go to a bar and I'm like, I'm scanning to try to find.
You just bump into people. I don't know.
Bump into people. I want to come in. I'm a man with a plan. I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna be like,
so
one.
So let's be honest here. So you go into a bar, you get a drink, you sit down, you talk to somebody, you meet somebody. You would rather sign up for a book club, read a book, then go to book club just to meet someone.
Yeah, because then we have the book, and plus then I get to read a good book. Because the problem is if I go to a bar...
You need an excuse to read the book?
No, I don't need an excuse to read the book, but I'm saying that in addition, I get to read a good book. Like, for example, if I get a drink and I go to the bar, okay, what did I get? A drink? What if it's not even a good drink? Or I could have a fulfilling, rich experience by reading a new book.
Hey,
and then maybe meeting people.
You know what the good news is, though?
What?
You're never going to have to worry about this dilemma.
Yeah, but it's always good to be prepared. But what if something happens to you?
Like what?
I don't know. You get abducted by aliens or something. What if the zombie apocalypse hits and you get bit and I have to leave you behind?
Let's be very real here. If anyone's getting bit by zombies, it's you.
No, okay.
Because you're gonna do the most. You're like, you know what? We've been safely in this house for 3 weeks, but there's a weed out in the garden. I just have to clip it. So you'll step outside, you get bit, and then you're the one bit. Because I can stay content forever. You can't help yourself.
You know what's so funny? When COVID happened and people were like, I never understood why people in zombie movies would hide being bit. And then COVID happened and they were like, okay, I get it now. I think I would hide being bit. Because I would just want to, like, I just wouldn't want it to happen. I'd try to will it out of my body by just pretending like it didn't happen. Plus, we'd both go down together. When I bite
Don't bring me down with you.
Yeah, but we can be zombies together.
We've also talked about this on the podcast at one point, but I don't want to be a zombie. How about
that? I mean, obviously it's not top of my priority list, but...
So if I get bit, you would like for me to bite you as well? You hypocrite.
That's a good point.
You hypocrite.
Yeah, no. I'm going to go on Hinge.
Oh, I'm going out of my way to bite you now.
What's the zombie version of Hinge? Zinge? Okay, we'll workshop it when that happens. We could be, on the ground content creators for the new zombie apocalypse. We can primarily produce content for zombies. I feel like we should go, and they're going to be like, yeah.
That shit hitting.
That's right. I know that's right. Okay. I think I have reached the Liana's just babbling about weird stuff territory.
Oh, we just reached that now, yeah? Definitely, this was the moment. Okay.
Yeah.
Y'all can find me on all socials at Pooyaism. Check out the 90 Day Fiancé podcast, twitch.tv/Pooya. That's where I am when I'm not podcasting. Yeah. Also, doing one last podcast talking Australian Survivor, so make sure you check that out as well. And Liana has some stuff happening as well right now.
Yep. B&B going strong. Drag Race almost done. We talked about the Lollapalooza Smackdown, which was really fun, and then we have the finale next week, and then done dusted. But All Stars is coming back, so we will not be gone for that long.
Yeah.
Yeah, and B&B. What else? Is there anything else? That's good enough.
And from us to you, hopefully that podcast was good enough.
Swipe right on us.
Y'all take care. Have a good one.
Should we do a couple profile on Hinge?
Nope.